Have you ever wondered why most of these politicians cannot dare bringing their spouses, their wives or husbands publicly, so that at least they can speak or they can talk, so that people can as well see them? If you ever wondered, now here is the reason.
My project will work with a like-minded organization and individuals to address issues related to the challenges STEM education face.
A very good morning and welcome back to Havana Media. My name is Boniface Owino, and as usual I'm going to be your host for today. Now, I want us to talk about something here very crucial. This issue of cabinet reshuffle, cabinet bringing back these people that have retired, or maybe these people that were sent back, that were sent home. This thing, William Ruto is fond of doing it. Like, you find that someone served in the government, yes, but Ruto goes ahead and bring them back, gives them position, yet we know that there are also some qualified young men outside there who are in need of jobs. So my question has been this: why bring these people back? Why can't we just create job opportunities for young men? Because if you look at these young men who are outside there are more qualified than even these people that we're bringing back. Now, I want us to take a look at this scenario or this situation whereby somebody like NAKHUMINCHA is being brought back to serve as a PS. Remember, during the cabinet reshuffle, when the Gen Z said no, NAKHUMINCHA was sent home. And by then, she was this CS of health. My question is this: why is it that NAKHUMINCHA is being brought back? And it is not only NAKHUMINCHA. We saw the situation whereby William Kabogo was a governor, was brought back to serve as a CS of ICT, something that he doesn't even understand. He has got no clue on how this thing operates. But he was brought back. Right now he's serving. All of these people. So why is it that they're being brought back? That should be the question. That why is it that they're being brought back? Now, I was doing some little research, and I found out something. Right now, NAKHUMINCHA has been given a position to serve as a PS of UN Habitat. For those who doesn't understand the function or the work of the UN Habitat, mostly it deals with the urban development. Take a look at this. We have got the issue of affordable housing. I don't know what, a lot of things in the country right now, especially in Nairobi. The promises, in fact, it deals with the promises that William Ruto has been giving Kenyans. Like, we have to be, there must be houses, affordable houses, all this housing levy, all those. So that is what is making William Ruto to bring NAKHUMINCHA back. But I want to read for you why these guys are being brought back before we get into deeper details on why William Ruto keeps on bringing these people back. Now, a group of people have been brought back into government who have been appointed. We have got Amos Gathesha has been promoted to Deputy Head of Public Service. We have got Judy Pareno has been given a position of become the PS of Human Rights and Constitutional Affairs. We have got Fikirini Kahindi has been given a position to serve as the PS Youth Affairs and Sports. Ouma Olunga, PS Medical Service. We have got Steve Isaboke, PS Broadcasting and Telecommunication. We have got Dr. Caroline Karugu, PS East African Community Affairs. We have got Sports PS Peter Tum, demoted to Ambassador DRC Congo. And lastly, we have got Susan NAKHUMINCHA given lifeline as representative to UN Habitat. Now, I want us to measure into NAKHUMINCHA. And I started by talking about how NAKHUMINCHA was sent home. Now, during the time that NAKHUMINCHA was home, NAKHUMINCHA used to cry that, oh, mara Gen Zs walianguka na mimi, mara nini. Listen to this.
Mimi nilikuwa waziri wa afya. Hii mitandao ikakuja wakasema majenzi wanaanguka na watu, wakaanguka na mimi. Bishop amehubiri hapa akasema siku za Moi ilikuwa matangazo kwa redio. Hii nayo yetu hata haikuwa ya redio. Ilikuwa kwa TV unangojea. Nikasikia cabinet yote wapi? Nyumbani. Nikaona watu wamefurahi kila mahali, wamefurahi. Na ndio nikajua ya kwamba Bishop vile umehubiri, huyu Mungu aliye juu ndiye nastahili kumtazamia. Na tangu sikio mimi nimemtazamia Mungu. Hata sasa mimi nafanya ukulima. Tangu sasa hiyo wakati sina kazi. Mimi nauza cabbages. Napanda cabbages kule Cherengani. Hata sadaka ya matanga imekuwa ngumu hivi. Lakini nikajaribu nienda tukaketi na mama kwa masaa 6 na nikatoa sadaka yangu ya cabbages. So naomba muendelee kuniombea. Ama namna gani? Si namna hiyo. Ndio kingine ikifanyika pale mbele pia nishukuru Mungu.
Now, that is how NAKHUMINCHA was crying. But before NAKHUMINCHA being sent home, NAKHUMINCHA felt like she was the only person that was supposed to be listened to. The way she was behaving, the way she was talking to people, it made us feel like think that this lady, like, why is she talking like this? Listen to the way she was speaking arrogantly.
Tunafanya kitu kinaitwa one government approach. Haihitaji Kindiki kuwa hapa kumtransfer OCS ambayo yuko hapa. Mimi ni waziri katika serikali ya William Samoei Ruto. Nikisimama hapa ninawakilisha rais wa nchi ya Kenya. Kwa hivyo ya maneno ya OCS niko hapa na ninatoa amri. County commandant kama yuko hapa na ananisikiza. Na kama hako mahali pengine habari mfikie. Waziri amesema kufikia kesho jioni OCS wa Matisi hakuwa ameondoka. Mimi wacha niwaambie watu wa Matisi, mnakubaliana OCS aende? Na naambiwa OCS yuko tu hapa yuko. Naambiwa yuko tu hapa yuko. Si amepata habari? Amenisikiza kama yuko hapa? This is not a laughing matter. Mr. OCS, if you are here, those are instructions. I will just go to report to my colleague, Professor Kindiki, the action that I have taken.
But now, I have got 3 main reasons to why William Samoei Ruto is bringing these people back. Reason number 1, we have to know that William Samoei Ruto is trying so much to be smart. And when you see this guy doing these things, you have got 3 main things. Number 1, William Ruto is trying to weaken the opposition. Now, weakening the opposition in which area, in which scenario? I know a lot of people have talked about it, but now I want us to look at it this way. When William Samoei Ruto decided to shake hands with Raila Odinga, the broad-based government, which some people are saying that the government has been broad, but it is not based. There were 4 leaders from ODM who were taken to the government. We have got Oparanya, we have got Joho, Wandai, and Mbadi. All these 4 people had got position, were holding position in the ODM party, the opposition. 2 of them were deputy party leaders, that is Joho and Oparanya. And then we had got Mbadi was serving as the chairman of ODM countrywide. And we had got Wandai who was serving as a minority leader in parliament. So William Samoei Ruto decided to take these people from ODM and took them to government. So are you seeing, doing that, it made ODM start shaking, because at that point they now had to start looking for a new chairperson to replace Mbadi, a new person to replace minority Wandai, new people to replace people like Joho and Oparanya. Are you seeing? So at that point, you know, you don't know who is capable, who can do this, who can do that, and time is going. And what is funny is that Raila Odinga was not even seeing this thing happening. The only thing that he was happy of is that I'm in the government right now, without asking himself that why is it that William Ruto is doing all these things? Why is he doing these things? He didn't know that William Ruto is trying to weaken the government. So the moment you see William Ruto bringing people into this government, he's trying so hard, even the people that are in opposition, is bringing them into government. He's trying to weaken the government. He's trying to weaken the opposition so that coming 2027 there will be no strong party. Like suppose there was no this issue of the UPA coming in, the people, the chama of Fred Matiang'i, you know, the people like Fred Ogola coming up that they want to be presidents, people like Alonzo Musyoka who are not even campaigning, doing nothing, thinking that presidency will be given on a silver platter, just like Raila Odinga was assuming, without knowing that this thing you have to work for it. However much Rigathi Gachagua can promise you that he's going to support you, but you must also show interest. You must also show people that you want this. Walk countrywide. Tell people what need to happen. Don't just wake up in the morning and say that the main agenda is take William Ruto home, just like Alonzo Musyoka normally does. That his main agenda is taking William Ruto home. You want to take William Ruto home. What do you have in place? What do you have in plan after taking William Ruto home? What next? So you see, that is the strategy that William Ruto is doing, number one. Number two, William Ruto is bringing these people back to reward them. Are you seeing? There is this issue of reward. Now, talking about reward, we have to ask ourselves that why is it, what kind of reward that William Ruto is trying to do? Now, when you try to look at when NAKHUMINCHA was the CS of health, there is this thing that she normally did what William Ruto wanted. It is not only NAKHUMINCHA, but a lot of people. There is this scenario, this situation whereby you find that these people are being rewarded because they have been loyal. The loyalty. Like when I gave you time, when I gave you position, you did it without questioning me. So come back, I'll look for a place for you. I'll look for a place for you so that at least you can come back, we rest together. Are you seeing? So there's this issue of reward because of the loyalty. That is number two. Number one, I've told you it's William Ruto is doing this to weaken the opposition. Number two, I've told you that it is as a reward of loyalty. And then the last one is the issue of gaining trust. Of course, we all know that William Ruto is not trusted by anybody right now. No one is trusting William Ruto. So the moment you see that William Ruto is getting into Western, bringing NAKHUMINCHA into the government again, because NAKHUMINCHA been jobless, she has been crying, saying that right now she's just doing she's just farming, you know, planting cabbage, and crying that at least she gets something. And of course, everybody from Western has been seeing NAKHUMINCHA loitering around jobless. So William Ruto figured out that for me to gain these people back, why these people's trust, why can't I bring back somebody like NAKHUMINCHA? So by bringing somebody like NAKHUMINCHA back, it makes Ruto thinks that bringing NAKHUMINCHA will make people feel like, oh, William Ruto has taken NAKHUMINCHA, so at least he hears our cries. So you see, William Ruto is trying so hard. He is really trying so hard to make sure that he gains the trust of people. But I don't think if that will work, because one thing I know is that bringing NAKHUMINCHA back to serve as a PS is not a way of giving people jobs. Is not a way of employing people. Because right now what people are crying for is that they need jobs. The youth needs job. The youth they don't need you to show them that you are working. You don't need to tell them. They need to see, they need to feel it. Like they really need to feel that right now this thing is working. I think that is the only thing that is happening. And in as much as some people are being brought back, some people are being demoted. We all remember Edward Kisingani. Edward Kisingani was working as the principal secretary for broadcasting and telecommunication. But right now, he has been demoted. Remember, this same Edward Kisingani is the person that came up with the issue of dictating which media stations are supposed to advertise. remember when he came out with he's the one who was saying that there are some media houses that are supposed to be banned, like the Standard Group, from government advertisement, simply because they are talking about negatively about the government and all that, blah blah. So, and imagine you are being demoted, you are being taken from your position to another position, just hours after court declares that what you're doing is unconstitutional. Like, you can't ban a media house from advertising. Are you seeing? You can't ban a media, like right now, let's say for instance, somebody cannot just come and ban me from advertising. If someone wants me to advertise for him a cup, I will advertise. You have no authority to come and ban me simply because I'm advertising something, or maybe because you feel like what I'm doing is against what you want. I'm not doing what you want. I'm doing what is needed, and I'm doing what is relevant. Everybody knows that what I'm doing is what needs to be done. So you can't just wake up in the morning one day and come and say that Boni from Havana Media is not supposed to advertise this and this because of 1, 2, 3. And I want us to listen to the way the court decided his case.
There is no deliberate intention. Even the reforms we are proposing, the proposals we are making, are just making.
Professor Edward Kisiengani's tenure as a PS in the ICT ministry closes on somewhat a low note. He from the outset courted controversies ostensibly to muzzle the media, dedicating enormous energies on how to puncture the political economy of the media, targeting revenue streams of privately owned media houses. The High Court, however, nullified one of his most controversial directives while at the helm of that ministry. Exactly 1 year ago, in March 2024, Kisiengani issued a directive barring all government ministries, state agencies, independent commissions, and public universities from placing broadcast advertisements on any other station other than the state broadcaster KBC. And on the day that he exits the ministry in a governmental reorganization, and in what appears to be a case of double tragedy, the High Court has thrown out that directive. Justice Lawrence Mugambi found that the government's decision was made in violation of Articles 10 and 27 of the Constitution that emphasize the observance of the principles of good governance, non-discrimination, and equality. Justice Mugambi also stated that seeking to restrict government advertisements to a single broadcaster would undermine media freedom and breach Article 34 of the Constitution that guarantees those freedoms. Such a move, the judge said, amounted to indirect control over the media and circumvented fair procurement processes. That directive, therefore, has been declared unconstitutional.
There are certain things that we must protect, not protecting them.
Kisiengani had premised that order on the need to revive and change the fortunes of the struggling broadcaster, but other players in and outside the industry faulted his decision. The Law Society of Kenya, the Kenya Editors Guild, and the Kenya Union of Journalists moved to court seeking to quash the PS's decision. The court concluded that excluding private media from government advertisements cannot stand constitutional scrutiny as it is detrimental to media freedom. The decision, Justice Mugambi said, was geared towards censoring independent media by depriving them of revenue accrued from the advertisements. The judge further noted that the former PS acted beyond his authority by assuming powers he did not have. He said that such a decision could only be lawfully made by the Cabinet Secretary for Treasury. Therefore, that directive was null and void. Prior to his ruling, Kisiengani had been in the news in the recent times over his questionable directives. Only last week, he directed the Ministry of Agriculture to exclude the Standard Media Group from a government-funded campaign. Kisiengani has since been moved from the ICT Ministry and as a PS and moved to serve as a senior advisor on the President's Council of Economic Advisors.
Now, before I give you time at the comment section, I would like to say something that I think it's high time that even William Ruto himself sits down and asks himself that, what do Kenyan want? Like, I've been a president for 3 years and Kenyans are still crying. What exactly does these people want? Like, what is exactly do these people want? Because I'm trying my level best. When I try to turn tables upside down, you know, and even Raila Odinga should realize that these are just games. to a point that everybody right now is against Raila Odinga, that one should send a signal. That one should send a very strong, a very serious signal to them that things are not the same, or things are not the way they thought they're supposed to be. After all, guys, that is all I have for today. Let me also know what you think in the comment section. And a reminder, if we are meeting for the first time, don't forget to take a minute, click the subscribe button. You can also like, share, drop me a comment in the comment section. Tell me what you think and where you are watching this video from. Until we meet again in the next video, if it is possible, I have been your host, Boniface Owino. Bye-bye.